Welcome to KentuckySports.co. We got a big show tonight. We got ourselves Hank Garrett tonight. How you doing, Hank?
Oh, I'm doing great.
We also got Tyler. How you doing, Tyler?
I'm doing good. How you doing tonight, Kelly?
Doing great. We got some good stuff we're going to be talking about here. We're out here at Big Blue Country at, 426 Baxter Avenue. Big Blue Country. We're having a wing eating contest tonight. We got a few participants that are going to be lined up to win $50 cash. Some pretty exciting spandex full body suits and some fan fists. I mean, it should be a good time tonight. You guys pretty excited about that?
Oh, I'm very excited.
I'm super excited.
Seeing Matt in the spandex last week really got me excited.
I can't get that out of my head.
I wanted to sign up just to get one of those.
It's a lot
Definitely.
of fun. I mean, seriously. I mean,
Come out, eat some wings, watch the finals. At least there's something going on with basketball.
Definitely.
I do get sad though as these finals games narrow down. You just know that there's not going to be much on TV after the finals. I'm just not a huge baseball guy.
What do you mean? We're not going to be able to? You won't be following the National League Central race between the Cardinals and the Reds?
And Jay Bruce and the May Bruce NL Player of the Month.
Hey, maybe mid-September. I got too much going on. You know, it's like the NBA. You know, you don't start watching until it starts to matter. You know, I can watch basketball a little bit more than baseball, but it just takes too long unless I'm there. You know, it comes a point in my life where I'm like, wow, am I spending 4 hours watching this? You know, I could be doing a lot more than watching baseball.
It's my wife's least favorite thing in the whole world is for me to watch an entire Reds game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that point in our life has just changed. I guess we're just too much is going on that you can sit and watch a whole baseball game.
I actually have the opportunity to watch all baseball games right now, so I'm enjoying the Reds.
Yes, because are you still currently unemployed except for the Kentucky Sports blogger gig?
I'm very unemployed.
Really, you don't need another job outside of KentuckySports.co. I mean, it's turned into a cash cow.
A lot of money.
I'm ready to retire.
Yeah, we're about ready to get syndicated in all 50 states, 47 new markets. It's huge, taking off.
Our first topic here we got is Kevin Ware ending his long,
melodrama,
ridiculously overplayed commitment saga, where he started with being committed, I think, for 2 years to Tennessee. Is that right?
Yes.
He committed, I think, when he was a sophomore in high school to play for Bruce Pearl at Tennessee. And then after Bruce Pearl was fired, he backed out, and he started one of the more overdramatic recruiting trips I've ever seen. I mean,
yeah, for Louisville fans, I don't think it was a national scale saga, but for Louisville fans especially. But it just shows that Louisville needed to get a win. This was good because Louisville, it was well publicized. They were going after this guy. Spurned him once, recommitted, I guess, to Central Florida, then backed off that and then came back. So I think it was good that Louisville was able to lock him down. Kid's a hell of an athlete.
He is. He's a freak athlete.
And what people have brought up, I don't really see it, is that they needed him for the backup point guard position. I think, Siva can play enough minutes and, Justice, and then you saw Chris Smith run the point a little bit last year. I think you could even put Blackshear, to run it. So I think that's a little bit overplayed, but it definitely is a good pickup.
You leaving Russ Smith off that list?
I have a hard time seeing him even getting on the floor, really. I just don't see where you put those minutes for him, because if they got Kevin Ware to come here, I mean, he's a legit big-time player.
He's a legit big-time player. I don't see him with any handles whatsoever. He looks to me like he's a little awkward dribbling, dribbles very high.
He's more of a combo guard.
Almost more of a small forward, based on what I've seen the clips.
6'4", I believe, about
6'4",
160,
6'8"
70.
wingspan. Freak athlete. I don't see him with much handles.
Yeah, I think all that'll will take care of itself. But the point I was trying to make is that he's going to get on the floor. As I just can't see them bringing him in and him sitting the bench. Really, I mean, or he'll be gone. He'll be gone.
He'll be perfect for Patino's press. Perfect.
Oh yeah, long guard.
Long guard. 6'8" wingspan. He should be able to really. They said that that's one of his better traits, aside from just his explosiveness, is his intensity on defense, and you can't have enough of that in the Big East.
Oh no, I think it's a huge pickup for Louisville. You know, I definitely think he could be a difference maker in some games. Gives them a phenomenal recruiting class, especially a guy that's probably going to be there for a couple years. So he's gonna fit, you know, in Pitino's system well, I think.
One thing it does is it kind of takes Louisville out of the Jawan Staten recruitment from the University of Dayton, a little point guard who has been exploring the opportunity of going to a few schools. Louisville and I think South Carolina backed off of him.
Now, would he be able to play next year?
No,
Would he have to sit out?
He'd have to sit out 1 year, just like Harrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a transfer in A-10 school.
Yep. A-10, led the A-10 in assists last year. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed to see that Louisville was backing off of him, but I understand it, you know. They're bringing Ware in. I can kind of see where he would want to go somewhere else maybe that doesn't have the logjam at the guard spot.
Definitely, and still, you know, you still hope that Louisville is still, you know, pursuing Purvis quite heavily. I mean, I don't think, you know, that they backed off, and from what I've read, Louisville is still in the top 4. I'm surprised that I haven't heard with Purvis, though, kind of to get off topic a little bit, is that, you know, North Carolina isn't making a bigger push. I don't really know if he's anti-Carolina or what's going on, but him being in the backyard, I don't know why they're not pursuing him harder.
I haven't heard about them giving him much attention, I don't think.
It shows right here. His list is Duke, Kentucky, Louisville, North Carolina State, and Memphis.
Yeah, he has Pastner has jumped into the mix.
Yeah, yep.
Pastner's, I think, sister.
I think, yeah.
His sister's stirring up some trouble because she does have some allegiances with Memphis also, and she is communicating with I think she worked for Memphis.
Purvis' sister?
No, Josh Pastner.
Josh Pastner, the coach of Memphis.
So she's reaching out to him on Twitter, which is all documented, and it's.
Is that an allegation?
No,
I don't know if it's going to be an allegation. No.
We don't know that right now. But she was tweeting. I believe she tweeted to Purvis saying we saw him at the camp, something in that area, saying you're a great player, hard worker, which, you know, NCAA doesn't take that stuff lightly these days.
Yeah, they'll probably write a rule. If they don't like it, they'll write a rule after that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like having 12 cars in Ohio State.
Yeah. Speaking of Ohio State, another tie-in to the Louisville program is Eddie George came out, and Eddie George is a very, you know, well-known. He's had a couple commentating gigs, very well-respected, obviously former Buckeye, Heisman Trophy winner.
Heisman Trophy winner, so he holds a great deal of respect in the Buckeye lineage.
And in the NFL. He played in the NFL for a long time. Came out publicly and said he wanted Charlie Strong to be the next coach at Ohio State.
I think he said they should strongly consider. I don't know if that was if he said that, but you know, I think that definitely he should get consideration. You know, if he's interested. I'm not sure that Charlie Strong would even be interested, depending on the allegations. If Ohio State gets hit very, very hard, what I've heard is that it'll be similar to the USC and the Alabama 2002, probably looking at a 2-year postseason ban and loss of scholarships. I think it's going to be a hard find for them to get a top-notch guy.
Like Charlie Strong.
Yes, possibly. I just don't know, you know, that quick into your Louisville career, why would you want to move to Ohio State in a rebuilding process, you know, where you'll be on the chopping block a lot sooner than, say, an Urban Meyer. You know, if an Urban Meyer goes there, or a big name guy, they're going to have 4 or 5 seasons to turn it around. That's a lot of pressure. You know, when you come in and you're talking about losing, you know, over the time span, I think it's probably going to be 18 scholarships is what they took away from USC over, I think, a span of 3 years. So that's a tough gig. You know, that's a tough gig.
It may be the biggest job in America, but you're right, it would be an uphill battle. He's got all the resources, really, to not have the expectations and to overperform while he's here at Louisville. So,
and I think the money is somewhat comparable. You know, I don't think Ohio State is going to go out and pay Charlie Strong, Nick Saban money, Urban Meyer money, Mack Brown money, the type of money that you take, and you're set for a lifetime. If you're a head football coach, you look at this. This is an in-stop job. I've now got a contract that's going to last me, throughout my life. I can retire, I can do something in TV or radio, but I'm paid. I just don't see Ohio State throwing that kind of money at Charlie Strong.
There's been a little controversy about Cal's comments about who are they, Tyler?
What's that?
The three, I forget the word that he used.
The triumvirate.
Pete Thamel, Pat Forty, and I believe it was Eamon Brennan from Yahoo said it, and ESPN. I'm pretty sure that's right, Hank.
Yeah, I know the guy's right. I'm not sure who he writes for. Yeah. But Pete Thamel writes for the New York Times, and then
Kentucky
of course
fans just hate him.
Pat Forty writes for ESPN, and he actually isn't allowed to cover Kentucky anymore because of the everything that went into, I guess, him being at the Courier-Journal. Of course, him writing the book with Rick Pitino. There's a conflict of interest with what he was doing. I'm not real sure of what Pat Forty has gone out against Calipari while he was at UK. I think a lot of the stuff was at Memphis.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. I think Brandon Bender, out of all people, are actually going to talk about that last week. The Pat Forty, scandal with him, but never got around to it, so nobody got to hear the true story.
Well, I don't really think he had anything either.
Yeah,
I think it was another way that he failed at life. Kind of the way he failed at U of L and failed at Robert Morris, failed in the
he's
NBA.
going to fail as an AAU coach.
Yeah. I mean,
I disagree. I think Brandon Bender's got a very promising career ahead of him.
All right.
Anybody that goes out and if he's going to be an AAU coach and he's talking about all these dodgy situations, you have to figure he's not any good at pursuing dodgy situations, because if he was, he wouldn't be talking about it. If he was making all these behind the curtain deals and stuff, he would want to keep that out of the media, not put that out there. So he's probably tried to get some recruits to Central Florida or wherever he was supposed to do, and
like
failed
Kevin
at that.
Ware.
Yeah, and the DeMarcus Smith situation. So I think he maybe the dumbest athlete to ever come from Louisville.
My favorite part of the Brandon Bender situation is how he went on Matt Jones' show. And being a Louisville fan, I was thinking, oh, great, they're going to try to bring up some dirt. And just Bender had nothing. And Matt Jones called him out on it and just made him look like a complete idiot who had no support from either side of the rivalry. You got to love it.
And now he's getting sued by Pitino. And Pitino has a lot more money in him, and Pitino's probably going to win in a court of law.
He's been finding his way into court a lot
lately.
He's
not getting sued, is he?
Yeah, he's getting sued by Pitino for slander.
I wouldn't even think Pitino would mess with that, is he?
I don't know. If you go out and just start talking on the media, especially something as big as Kentucky Sports Radio has gotten now, you start saying bad things about somebody and they have a lot of money.
He didn't even say anything bad about him.
Oh, he
said he didn't like him.
But he said he had some dirt on him.
Yeah,
he didn't say anything.
But he didn't come out with it. Maybe he's lying, but
maybe Pitino.
I don't think that Pitino would have a very good case against him. He hasn't said anything.
Well, maybe it's Pitino's lawyer.
I think Pitino's trying to get that $3,000 back.
What's that? $3,000 for what?
Oh, past stories. Come on.
I haven't heard that one.
Another thing we got here is Louisville and Memphis are renewing their rivalry from the, many years. How long has that rivalry been going on?
Since
Metro?
Since the 70s. No, even before that, the Great Midwest.
Okay.
Louisville was
USA, and then it went Metro.
No, it was Metro, then
That's
Conference
what I meant,
USA,
yeah.
but it was it was the Great Midwest Conference.
Okay.
Before was that when it was kind of Cincinnati, Louisville, and Memphis have all kind of tied in together. I don't think Cincinnati ever went to the Metro with all of those, but Memphis and Cincinnati left the Metro to go with the Great Midwest, and then they all came back together in the Conference USA. So they've always had the tie around. But it is a great rivalry. Cities not too far apart, very similar.
They hate each other.
Yeah, it's developed a great rivalry. So it's good to see that. That's always been an underlying thing, is why Cal and Pitino had such problems with each other, is because when Louisville went to the Big East, that was a big thing for Cal, is that he wanted Louisville to keep playing